Hey, Mike, good to see you again. Mike, you were telling me the other day that you remember a book you read. Not sure what it was, but there was something in it that just got me laughing. And what was that again?
The highway is littered with the flattened bodies of indecisive squirrels.
The highway is littered with the flattened body of indecisive squirrels. That's true. I've seen a lot of those. They
And
could,
it really speaks to how some people are afraid to make a decision and they get caught up with the analysis paralysis. And sometimes we just need to make a decision and stick with it because if you stop in the middle and trying to figure out what's going to happen, well, the end's not good.
yeah, you get flattened, and we don't want that for our investors. We want them to think through ahead of time so they're ready when that decision comes. We asked them a question toward the end of our conversation with them, maybe after several conversations. How much might you commit if the right deal comes along? We call that a soft commit. What is that soft commit, Mike?
Yeah, that's just a non-binding indication of interest in a potential future investment.
Okay.
Uh,
So let's say I had, and I've made soft commits through the years as well with other investors. Uh, let's say I had $50,000 I was ready to put into an investment if it met these criteria. Is that what a soft commit is? And I just let somebody know that I
right.
describe it
Yeah,
myself.
and if the right opportunity came along, you
Yeah.
know, there might be an opportunity that comes along and it's like, I'm just not comfortable with that one. There's something I don't like. I might pass it up. But on the other hand, if the soft commit is out there, then I am prepared if the opportunity looks good.
Yeah, it gets our investors to think ahead. It's a bit of a push, but to think ahead. If it came along, am I ready to? And you can make that decision much more quickly. And we've already had conversations about, do you need cash flow? Do you want to build your nest egg, or are you looking for tax benefits? What are you looking for? So we know that criteria now, and then we'll ask, and how much might you be able to commit if the right one comes along? It helps investors prepare for opportunities as they come up. It really ensures that quick action when that good deal becomes available. And
That's
syndications do fill up quickly, Mike.
they do. We just had that experience in December.
Yes.
So,
And being prepared, you and I had to be prepared for it, and our investors did as well. Tell a little bit about that story.
yeah, that just happened. I think it was about the second week of December when we found out there was an opportunity and it would have to close by the end of the year in order to get the tax benefits we're looking for. So, a lot of things had to happen really quick. And within a week, we were able to have a webinar for potential investors. We let them know about it. And within, I think it was 72 hours, there were 29 people signed up and the um, offering was filled. It was like over $2 million was raised in 3 days. Those people were able to decide quickly that they wanted to participate in this opportunity.
And that's what we want for you as a potential investor, is to pre-think it so you're ready, kind of like a football team getting ready for the game on Saturday or Sunday. They've pre-thought through the plays they might run, the defenses they might put up there, so they're ready when the time comes. It really does matter to make a soft commitment to be prepared. Uh, and then we can help you align with the right opportunities when they come available. We're looking at probably three, maybe two, four opportunities in 2025, and we want you to be ready. So we're going to ask, after a long conversation, for a soft commit, this non-binding indication of your interest in a future investment. It just streamlines the decision-making process when that opportunity comes up. Mike, we work with a broker, and he does the same thing with us, doesn't he?
That's right. You want to have those relationships because with the broker, we want to be his first call. If there's an opportunity, if there's a potential property that we think we're interested in, then we want to be told about it before everybody else so that we can get in and make an offer to the seller.
Yeah, so he came to us with an opportunity in Tallahassee, another one in Daytona.
right?
W- We were able to very quickly do an analysis and make a decision, a yes or a no. And we want you to be able to do that, whichever it is, yes or no, doesn't matter. Just being that squirrel out in the middle of the highway, indecisive, we don't want you to be that.
That's right. We were able to decide what we could offer, and we made those offers.
Yes. So what are some questions we'll ask of investors if they get in a conversation with us about this soft commit?
First of all, their interest level, how interested would they be in a passive opportunity? Because some people want to be hands-on. Other people say, hey, I've got some funds that I don't necessarily want to be hands-on. I want to have some other passive opportunities. I
Yeah,
like mailbox money.
yeah, and that's we primarily work with these passive opportunities, and we're going to ask you probably to put that on a scale of 0 to 10. How interested are you if one comes up? We want you to have pre-thought that, to have kind of decided, am I an 8 or a 9? I'm really looking forward to it, or I'm a 1 or a 2. I'm still just kicking tires here. So, and
And then if the deal meets your objectives, how much are you interested in investing?
yeah, that's like going to the car dealer. How much do you want to pay for that new car there? You want to be ready with that answer before the opportunity comes up, so you don't get in trouble, and you're ready. You've pre-thought it with that. How much might you invest? That's where the kind of the dollar amount comes in a soft commit. A third question, Mike, might be how soon are you looking to invest? Uh, we've had conversations with a number of people that aren't quite ready. When something happens, they might be able to invest. You told me about somebody the other day that just is now getting ready to invest where they weren't a few months ago.
That's right, because they may have a property they need to sell first, or that they're waiting for something else to happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in order to be able to put the funds into play.
And that's an important thing for you as the investor to think through. Am I ready now? If the opportunity comes up, am I ready to invest so I can make that decision? Or do I need for some things to come into place before that? And knowing that will help you.
That's
And
right.
then,
Like we have private money loans coming back next month. So with that, that means there'll be more funds for us to employ.
yeah, there you go. One of the ones that we will say there, just to see if this is there, may I reach out when we find the right deal? I'm looking for a yes. I want our investors to be eager for us to find that deal so that they'll know we're going to reach out to them. So I want to hear that pretty solid yes there. May we reach out, because we're going to reach out when we find that opportunity with the investors that we know they're ready. And you have another one in here, Mike, too, kind of a referral question there.
Right. Yeah, because we know that investing is a team sport. Yeah, this is just not individuals, but we like to work together. And you probably also know other people who might be interested, who want to be on your team. Who also you want to help them share in your success. So,
Yeah.
do you know other people that might be interested?
Yeah, just like you find a new golf course and you get with your golf buddies and say, come play this course. It's really neat. You ought to see this hole. I've got one of those in Colorado. I'd love to show you. It's really a neat course. So we'll be asking you, do you know others who might be interested so that they'll give you some support there when that time comes, and you can talk about it when that opportunity comes there. So once you've made the soft commit, then you're kind of waiting, and we're going to keep updating you. And as an opportunity comes up, we're going to let you know. And at that point, you can do the due diligence with us on that opportunity. What are some things they'll need to be ready to do fairly quickly there, Mike?
Well, first of all, you'll want to see what the business plan is, and a part of that is reviewing the financials and evaluating the risk and the deal specifics. So that is something that we will look at first, but then you will want to review that to make sure that it you agree with it and that it meets your investment um, goals.
Yeah, and we, of course, because this is key to us, we will have done the due diligence on the syndicator. They're the ones we work with are some of the best in the country, and we're going to let you know about them. They're people of integrity. They're people that have great teams. They're people that have significant track records. They make good decisions. They've proven themselves in there, and we want you to know that as part of your due diligence once we find a specific property or syndication. And then it comes down to making that decision, yes or no, within a couple of days of us getting with you and you getting that information. Either one's okay, whatever's best for you. And then we can proceed with you being able to get into the deals you want to get into. So what should people do now that they realize we're going to be asking them this tough question about a soft commit, Mike?
Well, it's actually nice when potential investors initiate the conversation. It doesn't always happen, but if they initiate it, it always helps. Don't wait. You want to go ahead and be proactive.
Yeah, we know a friend up in the Michigan area that recently had an offering and it sold out very, very quickly. And a bunch of his friends there said, I wish I'd been ready. So we want you to be ready. So get in touch, reach out to us, start that conversation with us so you can be ready. We've tried to highlight today the benefits of you as the investor making that soft commitment to yourself there so you're ready to not be that squirrel out in the middle of the highway.
It's kind of like the difference between being sitting in the dugout and being in the batter's box.
Yeah, yeah. So in the dugout, you want to be ready to step up, put on the batting helmet and step into the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is about. Good image there, Mike.
All right.
So get in touch. We've got some pieces we'll put into the first comments there of how to get in touch with us, some things you might want to read. Our Calendly link, so you can just reach out and say, "Here's a good time. Could we meet and talk about this?" Thanks for that fascinating story about the squirrel there, Mike.
Hey, you are certainly welcome.
And it led us to this conversation that we hope will be helpful to those who are